Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Travel Adventurer. Today, I thought I'd discuss Parkups, how to find a good Parkup if you're not using a authorised sort of campsite on the NC500. There's been loads of questions about this all over Facebook, so I thought I'd stick my penny's worth in and just discuss it. Before we get into that, though, if you haven't already, hit me a like, hit that subscription button and the notification bell. I post a lot of content on the channel, at least try and do it once a week, a couple of times a week. This particular channel is all about my adventures, overlanding in my 4x4, wild swimming, all sorts of things. So if you like all that stuff, if you're enjoying my content, share it with your friends and family, get them to subscribe as well. So when it comes to Parkups, especially on the NC500, it's a bit of a cantankerous issue. For me, I used a mix of authorised campsites and places that I'd found, but it's really important to know anywhere I did park up that wasn't a campsite, it was pretty appropriate for me to park there. It wasn't impeding on the local community, and that's a big thing to bear in mind when you're thinking about parking up somewhere for the night that isn't an authorised campsite. I used an app called Park4 app. I found it to be a good app. However, you know, as well as having up-to-date information on the app, there is a lot of older information as well. So some of maybe the more historic Parkups may not be appropriate for people parking up there now. It might impede the local community. It might be too close to maybe a local community. So bear that in mind when you do go and have a look at a Parkup. Just think about how you're going to be impeding people. Is it going to be an issue? Also think about, you know, if you need to go to the toilet, etc. Ideally, you want to be close to amenities whereby you can do that. None of us, Vanlifers, people on weekend trips, people camping, doing road trips and all that type of stuff, want to leave places in a dirty, disgusting state. So, you know, just remember the basics of camping, if you like. Although we're not doing it in a tent, the same rules apply. Leave no trace, all right? If there's rubbish and it's not your rubbish at your park up spot, just pick it up, take it with you and dump it somewhere, you know, in a proper bin. So just bear that in mind. I found the Park4 app to be very good. However, like I say, I did get some Parkups that the app had recommended, and they weren't really appropriate for me parking up there. I have a tent box on top of the vehicle, so it wasn't appropriate for me. It might have been appropriate for others, but not for me. So just bear in mind what kind of vehicle you're going to be parking up. Bear in mind local communities, you know, how it might be viewed by them, how you might impede them, and try not to do that. You know, if we keep those basic rules and adopt the leave no trace principle, we should be able to, you know, enjoy these beautiful road trips, things like the Snowdonia 350, things like the NC500, year after year, and we'll have a good relationship with local communities. You know, local communities rely on things like the NC500 to bring tourism into little known areas, for example, and all they ask from us is that we're respectful of where they live, and I don't think that's a big ask. So yeah, if you are looking for, you know, non-registered sort of campsites, like I say, the Park4night app is good, but just bear in mind what you're driving, and how that's going to impact, you know, where you're staying. Leave no trace, arrive late, leave early. It's not hard. It's not, you know, it's not a big ask from local communities for us to be able to do that. Like I said, if you are planning a trip to do the NC500, it is possible to do it without using authorised campsites. However, I found a mix of using some authorised campsites and some sort of just off the beaten track Parkups, a good mix for me, and a good way to see the raw beauty of Scotland. But like I say, leave no trace, park up late, leave early. Best thing to do. And think about, how you parking in a certain spot might impede or upset local communities. If you think about that and think it might, just move on, find another one. There's plenty of open spaces and places you can park. But that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. If you want any advice on Parkups, NC500 routes, trips, where I found interesting, just drop me a comment below on the video. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, share me with your friends, family, work colleagues, whoever, and help the sort of travel adventurer community grow. But yeah, that's it from me now. But I hope you found it interesting, and like I say, if you've got any questions or comments, just pop them in below and I'll try and answer everyone. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.